Goff now looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
We are rebuilding the Lions in 2025. This is a slow sim league. We're slow simming every game. If you haven't seen the first 4 games, I will put a link in the top pinned comment to the playlist. You can start from game 1 and watch all the way up to this game, or you can just watch this game and see what's going on. But the Lions were in a different playbook. They weren't in Detroit's offense. That offense is in Chicago. We had them in New Orleans, I believe, trying to get some throws to Jahmyr Gibbs, some runs, power runs to Stonewall Montgomery. But they weren't running the ball enough. Jared Goff is leading the league in passing, so we're trying to keep this more realistic where our teams have to be in playbooks that run the ball a certain amount of times. So we moved Detroit offense into Denver's playbook. Still a well-balanced offense that throws effectively but also runs the ball. So a really powerful offense for a really powerful team. This is the first game they'll be playing with this offense. They're already first in passing. Jared Goff is absolutely on fire. Jameson Williams is probably one of the best receivers in the league right now. He just, takes a slant and goes 80 yards for a touchdown every other game. 8th in points. Defense still needs some work, but, maybe this kind of seems like the real-life Lions. We'll take a look at the stats. So far, as I mentioned, Jared Goff's leading the league. He has over 1,400 yards passing, 11 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. One of the best touchdown to interception ratios in the league in this simulation. As I said, we need to get Gibbs and Montgomery going on the ground. Jameson Williams, 29 receptions for 475 yards. One of the leaders in yards in the league, 4 receiving touchdowns, followed by Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Isaac Tesla is a really great young player. He's made a lot of key plays throughout the first 4 games. Defensively, not doing great. Aiden Hutchinson's back. He's got 4 sacks. Tyler Williams, the rookie, he's got 2 sacks. And only 3 turnovers for the defense. So let's get into this game. As I mentioned, we are simulating the entire season. And if you are interested in seeing how your Lions are going to do in 2025, well, you need to like, subscribe, and you can follow along right here.
It's week 5 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking 1st in passing yards. It's the Lions and the Commanders on Thursday night.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Off play action. Here's Goff. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Goff. He'll find Williams on the slant. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
You talk about this Washington defense.
And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
They spent the week at practice, Sam. We know our rating's not that great, and we know we're facing the number 1 passing team in the league, but there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down. The Lions at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now it's Goff. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Montgomery back to the ground. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Goff now looking to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Sheds off the tackle. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
Not sure what you thought, but I thought it was appropriate when he walked into our meeting with his arm totally encased in ice because he threw 5 touchdown passes last week and won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Yeah, but reading the paper this morning, and he said, gosh, I actually thought I should have got 6 or 7. But still, it was an amazing performance a week ago.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if he thought he should have had 6 or 7, that's a guy's an absolute perfectionist, not just greedy.
Here's Daniels. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Hands it off out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing now is Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught, and he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive, but this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To the air goes Daniels. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the 1st rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Gonzalez's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Here's 3rd and 6 as they've got it as we resume action. Goff now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Goff. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here are the Lions to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week, and they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. To throw is Goff. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 45 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Play action, now it's Daniels. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
To throw is Daniels. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now Daniels. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Daniels looking to throw. And returns it right back to Samuel. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are back within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jamison Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Third down and 6. Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
Off the play fake, Daniels. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a first down, Washington, on a pickup of 18.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
But they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And they'll run on the inside. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. That stop made by Jack Campbell. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Daniels. And he will find his man, Samuel. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other and trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Daniels. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 38 yards. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while, because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now it's gone. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
It's complete to Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Here's Daniels. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete, and there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A shotgun snap for Goff. The guy's man complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His second touchdown of the night. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing now is Daniels. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Over the middle and hauled in by Osborne. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. To the air goes Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play, and that'll make it second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a first down. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Goff now looking to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Javon Kinlaw gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Goff now to throw. This to Laporta, right side. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Montgomery, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Once more, Montgomery. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Washington offense set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. To throw is Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Daniels looking to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4. Now Daniels. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
And the Washington offense heading out. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Open man is Osborne. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Here's Daniels. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Lions offense set to take over. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Detroit, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.